Hi everyone, it's Athena and welcome back. Happy 21st of June. So today's 21/21, right? Sorry, you know who that is. That's Zeus. All right, so 21/21, summer solstice, right? And the 2 3s are about the Trinity, ascended masters watching over and guiding us as always, but the 3/3 indicates that's the knowledge. It's typically 3/3/3, but in any event, 3/3 still indicates our ascended masters are watching over us. And then, of course, the 3rd house, which is Gemini, which is now the communication is getting more clear. People are trying to communicate more clearly using language where I feel they are thinking before they speak. Also, 3 is, right, we plant a seed and it grows, okay? So there's a lot of connotations to the 21/21. Don't forget, the 12 is about keeping positivity in thought, okay? And then when you flip the switch to 21, it is the actual positivity of the flipping the switch, right? Does that make sense? Okay, let me see if there's a download for today, if there's anything Spirit wants to say other than that. And Zeus barking. Hold on. So, always remember, truly always remember how far you have come. And remember that you have come a very long way to get to where you're at today. All right, I'm going to use the vice versa deck, okay, actually, I'm going to stick with, hold on. I'm going to stick with the Tarot Royale as where we've been and what's been going on. And then I'm going to use the vice versa, actually, for what is to come and potential outcome as well as just insight, more insight. Okay, so let's get started. This is a general reading, as we know. All right, look at this guy. Sorry. 5 of Cups. Okay, so this 5 indicates that we are clearing out the sorrow, the grief, the pain. We've been, this is where you've been, right? Holding on to this pain, right? We've been holding on to pain. And quite frankly, I'm hearing pain that wasn't even ours to begin with. Why? Because we, as human beings, tend to pull other people's pain as ours. And in the indication of holding back, our emotionally holding back, that comes through a time of healing. So the sun can come out. Okay, good. So we've had enough time, all right, it looks like, for whomever this resounds with, this is a clear indication of I have held on to the pain. I am no longer holding on to the pain. These 2 are 9s, 5 and 4. And then the sun comes out. Maybe I allowed the healing time, whatever was required. I gave it as much time as I could. Maybe also, and I'm going to say it, excuse me, by September, the pain will feel a little bit better. I'll be feeling happier. not as stressed. If the pain is about saving money or having money, right? The sun coming out is a very good indication of the vitality that will be coming out for one to expand, which is, I know it's not a 3, but the sun is about expansion. It's the vitality of the energy of the sun, right? Excuse me. And that sun is about growth and self-esteem and the power that this sun gives to each one of us. So we've been holding on to things, but we've been healing nonetheless. So now we're going to, oh my gosh, right? We are still in the light of the sun because a new day has come undone. I just heard that. Why? Because they're naked. It brought this situation that you've been holding on to, or the pain and or sorrow, grief, disappointment, anything that's brought you either literally to your knees or not, or maybe even prayed for a new financial start, prayed for more money, prayed to get more guidance and from spirit, right? So as we are doing that, we've grown to our higher self and surrendered to that as well. You can see 3 here as the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And then we have the 8 of Wands reversed. Can or could lightning strike again? Are we worried? Okay, I'm hearing that. Are we worried that this could indeed come back again? Because, that's what happens. Are others judging us by the fact that what we've released will come back around, right? Because we know what goes around comes around, right? Is that the fear? Because, it's darkness. The fear to finding freedom is freedom itself. The hawk and or the eagle, and of course, the unicorn. So you can choose, right? Because here's the opposite, dark to light. So what does that mean? It means that as we get more vitality and energy and expansion of how we're getting healed and out of this period of sulking, sadness, even forgiveness, okay? When we understand that we're going to have good and bad days, and not necessarily bad, but these days that we need to have that are going to set us free, it's kind of like being on the horizon, right? The scale tipping. It's going to go back and forth. You're going to be tested. You're going to be trialed. But who does it? You do. You're the one. We are the believers of what we create. Remember that. What we believe we can create is what we're going to create. So if you're going to sit there, before I give you these 2 cards, if you're going to sit there and believe that you can come out of this, and even if you have to revisit it or expand on it, or is it going to happen again, the fear of it or the judgments that we place upon ourselves, then you're going to have to resolve to to go with it. Excuse me. In order to gain this freedom, one must be able to walk through the darkness as easily or not, and also to walk in the light. You have to walk in the darkness to get through the light, but understanding that when you're in the darkness, you are the light. Excuse me. 6 of Swords and 3 of Pentacles. Again, the walking away. Excuse me. The letting go, the leaving, the will to heal, and the knowledge that we've gained. Puts us still in a place where it doesn't feel comfortable, but it has to be. In order, like I said, what you believe, remember this, what we believe, we create. Creation. 3, 21, 21. Remember that. So between the two, I mean, this is 3 people and there's 3 pentacles. The Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, will show you the way and give you the highest truth, which you're gaining, which you've gathered, which you've assembled, assessed, and assimilated. But you have to go through the darkness of the fear that it could happen again out of the blue. You're going to be revisited by those things that you had to let go. You're going to turn around and say, wow, I'm still confused and I'm still trying to concentrate on what I've learned and or literally imagine that I have to walk away from this. I had to walk away from this, and will it set me free, or could it come back again, or taking chances again, right? Out of the blue. Could you potentially believe to take another chance, right? Again, to create, to evolve. Let's look at the bottom of this deck. To create our own happiness. 9 of Cups. Could you imagine creating your own happiness for the sake of believing? Can you imagine the truth setting you free and believing in it? And that's what, and can lightning strike again? Something about lightning striking, if you do live right in the Midwest or where there's a lot of storms, that could also be. I feel that someone with the 4 of Pentacles and here the 3 of Pentacles went to the place where they've had to believe that they could utilize 3 of these pentacles, right? I have these 4 pentacles that I've been saving, and I kind of messed up on the last investment, if you will. And I'm not sure if I'm going to find happiness and could lightning strike again if I were to reinvest in someone and or something. Again, it could be a third party situation. But I see it deeper than that, quite frankly. I do, because that's just me. 9 of Cups, happiness. Let's look at the bottom of this deck. It is giving us, again, Leo, do you have the strength of endurance to believe what you can recreate this time? Be that a relationship, be that even, and I just heard it, even someone who's doing IVF and it didn't take the first 4 times. The first 4 times it didn't take. And then we're going to plant 3 more, or we're going to do it 3 more times. I'm going to tell you, I did IVF 8 times to get my daughter. I'm only sharing that with you because of this reading, and to give you that faith and belief that you can create whatever you're creating, whatever it is that you're going to set your mind and emotions of strength and resolve. Remember, it's all a mindset. Remember where you've come from. Don't forget that. Where have you come from? Everyone's looking up and flying, right? Flying, looking up to the heavens and the Holy Spirit. We will create once we believe that we can create anything. Creation is part of the human nature of the earth plane. Go back to the drawing board and start looking at it from a higher perspective. Invest the time, invest the energy, think out of the box. Let that lightning strike one more time. Give it another chance. And look, I have to. Let it happen. Out of the blue. I send you much love.